The markets are turning red, and it's all because of CPI data. I told you about this yesterday. XRP, Xlm Hbar, their charts look identical as macro LaRousse. This is the fourth month.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
And take a look at these three charts up on the screen. Look at XLM's move right here, Hbar's move right here, and XRP's right here. They all look the same. You cannot tell me that bots and algo trading are ruling the crypto markets right now. So why did all three do the same thing? Well, I told you about it in yesterday's video what would happen, and it's playing out exactly word for word. But before we get into the crypto news, you know your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it at the beginning of the next video. Christian Bauer's channel members dropping support on the show. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate the support. What else do I got for you? Sore Loser says, it's killer you're enjoying your time in Guatemala. So many other incredible places outside the city to experience. Oh my gosh, I know. I have missed so much, but I've had such an amazing time. It's been my go-to vacation place since my initial visit during the pandemic. Next up this year will be to El Salvador since it's quite safe now. Oh, this whole area is amazing. And seriously, the nicest people ever. It's been a hard life says looking at CPI data in 2025 quarter one is like sampling the bread rolls at Olive Garden. Sure, they might taste good and take the edge off the hunger, but I'm focused on the main course. Drop the SEC case against Ripple, approve those ETFs, bring on new regs. We're going mainstream, baby. Yeah. Love the enthusiasm. And we had a big announcement from the SEC that they're pausing their case with Binance. And oh, I cannot wait to share with you the news once they start pausing other cases. But I did see a YouTuber out there whose clickbait head title was what? All cases paused. No, not all cases are paused. It's just the Binance one for now. What do you think about this idea as a background in the studio? A little choo-choo bitches LED signage? Bitcoin's in at 95,121. ETH is 2593. XP 238. Litecoin down. SWE down. HBAR down. XLM down. Why? It has to do with CPI data. And I told you in this video right here, it was the pause with the SEC, and then I went over CPI expectations and how the market would react. And the market is doing exactly what I said. There's going to be an overreaction from the announcement, and then you're going to see the market start working its way to new levels. What happened? Oh, CPI data. 3%. You're talking about an increase in all items. Food, energy wasn't as bad, but everything else was just really, really crappy. Housing sucked. And in fact, if you zoom out and look at it, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 months in a row of rising CPI data. And the viewers are right. Hey, look, there are some bigger news items out there. But if CPI keeps increasing at the rate that it is, that is going to start ruling the roost. And the macros are going to start putting heavy economic pressure on global markets. I'm not just talking about crypto markets, global markets. You're going to see gold do better, right, as a hedge against inflation, as a store of value play. And you're going to see risky assets like crypto do what? Do exactly what you see right here. Now, check this out. I got another cool chart for you. Look at the coin market cap 100. Do you see this right here? This just really quick dip on down. The entire market reacted the same way. It's totally bots trading all this action on all of us, and it's absolutely frustrating. CPI data came in at 3.0, a rise of 0.1 over the previous month. Now, digging in deeper, you can see it. Food is up there. We know about that. We've seen the price of eggs. You got the tariffs, which could put some pressure on prices as well. Housing was up. Energy, like I said, was the softest out of the group, but man, that is not good at all. And by the way, everything you see in this video and all my other ones is all linked down below. When you go into that CPI data screen right here, you actually can click on it, and you can click onto any of these bar charts right here, and you can start drilling in. So for instance, if I click on all items less food and energy, if I go to services, I can go, oh, transportation is up. Shelter is up, medical care is up, and you can zoom in on all of this stuff. You go into energy, all of a sudden you see that the commodities are down, right? Your oil, natural gas, but the services are up, okay? So you just got to pay attention to that. You can drill into that data, and it is juicy. Now, here's the coin market cap 100, and this is exactly what I wanted to show you right here. Look at this. The market reacted the instant the data came out. So you're telling me that a bunch of traders were out there right at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time on their keyboards like, yo, I'm ready to sell. CPI is better to sell. No, it's bots doing this stuff on us. And I hope the regs come in and fix that, because the bots are one of the biggest problems that we have in the crypto market. Totally a form of manipulation, because there's no way that XLM holders, HBAR holders, and XRP holders were all thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time all across the world. And remember, this is US inflation data. But yet, with US inflation data, you're telling me that the world reacted to this? Come on now. That's total BS. Volume is still very, very soft right now. We're up 12%, but it's only 107 billion volume in the last 24 hours. Fear and greed, we're doing okay here. We're sitting at 35. BTC dominance, market cap at 3.1 trillion. But the big story is softness in the crypto market. If this keeps going up and up and up, we're going to have a massive problem. Now, watch what happens, though, when I zoom out to the 5-year, okay? See this? We had a huge spike in inflation during the global shutdown. We know what happened with supply chains. We know what happened with greed. We know what happened with the pumping of money by Jerome Powell and other feds around the world. So look, you had an insane escalation of CPI inflation data. Then it started cooling off. Now, this doesn't mean that prices went down on this chart right here. This just means that it's not going up as fast. And basically, this is how you do it, okay? See this 3% in January 2025? You have to add that 3% now to what? To January 2024, which is 3.1. So now we're at 6.1. Add that to January 2023. 6.1 plus 6.4 is what? 12.5. Now all of a sudden you add that 12.5 to what, everyone? 7.5. And before you know it, you're at 20% increases of prices since 2022 of January. So no, prices aren't going up 3%. That's 3% added to this, added to the previous year, added to the previous year. You get my point. It just means we're not going up as high. The slope isn't as steep. But look what happened. We had it height, right? We had a peak at 9.1. We've gone down. People were getting excited. Markets started thawing a little bit. And then look, we started rolling on back up. And you can see we cannot break this down. Now, the Fed's target is 2.0. All right, so we got a ways to go. If I zoom into the 3-year right here, look at this. Here's your 2.0 right here. We haven't even really gotten that closer. The closest we got was September of 2.4. But like I said, 4 months in a row of that action. Now, looking at XLM, volume is up 369 million, but the reaction's the same. Overall price action for XLM looks very weak. The last month has seen just a continuous erosion of price. In fact, if we look at the initial move, right, from the November election time, the initial move for XLM has been the strongest. Yeah, it's had a couple bounce backs, but it's working its way back on down, being the laggard in the market that it's always been. Now, look at HBAR. Here's the 1-month chart for HBAR. A little bit different looking, right? But you're seeing that downward trend again, and you're seeing it break through some of these levels of which we were hoping to hold. A lot of players out there are saying, yo, sub 20-cent HBAR is going to be a massive sale, all right, and could push the actual crypto way further down. Volume right now sitting at 290 million. Now look at XRP, right? We talked about the same daily reaction. Now look at the 1-month chart for XRP. Fairly different, and I'll do this here. I'll go 1-month HBAR, 1-month Stellar, and 1-month XRP. Look at the difference of these three, right? This is XLM's 1-month. HBAR's kind of similar. XRP's got a bit more of a ramp. So you see, we're kind of following the same pattern of this down step, but we're also seeing different points of escalation, different points of price rise. Now, XRP is held a little bit better, going sideways right here. Market seems pretty happy to keep XRP right now between $2.30, $2.50. But I share your comments in the beginning for a reason, right? Hot, spicy, naughty, or relevant. Because it's been a hard life, has been saying exactly what I have. You've got a lot of big stuff coming up. You've got the ETFs. You've got the case with Ripple regards to XRP. You've got a whole bunch of good news which will benefit the alts, and some big specific news that will benefit XRP holders. Overall for XRP, volume is healthy, up 16% to 5.3 billion. Let's take a look at those candlesticks right here to see if anything jumps out at us. I'm going to have some alerts set. Why? Because today is travel day, baby. Yeah, y'all thought I moved to Guatemala City? No, just when I vacation, I do it right. This is what I'm talking about. You can see an overall general trend, right? Like kind of like we hit the bottom and now we're starting to work our way on up. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And honestly, I want to know the same thing. I want to be alerted when we get to 250, but I also want to see how we look at the lows of 230. This big correction candlestick right here that we got from CPI data did not take us there. It got us to 233. All right. So I'm 230 on the lows, 250 on the highs, a little bit of a narrow range. And again, what did I say would happen? I said the market on high CPI data will overreact, and then you're going to see it find its place afterwards. And that's exactly what we saw. Look how low this candlestick went all the way down here, all the way down into that big volume bar. That's how crazy this candlestick was. The high of this 245, the low at 233, 12 cents. So essentially a 5% swing on macros. And just remember though, okay, I told you the macros. I told you about this yesterday. That's why I bring you the news every day, even while on vacation. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Yeah, I bring you the news. By the way, I lost a sub. That's sad, everyone. Help me out because I just lost a sub from 38, 424 to 423, trying to get to 40,000. And of course, bringing you the news. And you saw it live, someone unsubbed, most likely because the price is going down and they're getting out, which is okay. But I told you about that yesterday, and that's my job, bringing the news, whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad. Now, the CPI data works like this, okay? You get 1 month of CPI data, the ball is this big. 2 months of bad CPI data, the ball goes like this. 3, 4, 5, it just gets bigger and bigger, bigger. So we need to put a stop to this, right? We need to get those prices down. Now, you're going to have some short-term worries here with all the tariff and trade wars going on. Because here's what's happening. As the producers and manufacturers and these businesses out there pay these high prices for their stuff, they're just passing it on to us, right? They're not going, oh, let's be nice to the consumer and keep the prices the same. No, they're like, look, we're going to screw you every chance we get. So the market is going to start pricing in the expectation that inflation is going to be going up. As inflation goes up, what happens? Jerome Powell is going to be pressured not only to pause rates, but potentially raise rates. The scary thing with that is, and don't worry, we don't have an FOMC meeting this month. We have one in mid-March. The scary thing is that if Jerome even hints at raising rates, because we've paused now for quite a few meetings, that is just going to send the market straight on down into the deep discount zone. Macros are still a really big thing, and macros will gain more traction the worse they get. So, poop sandwich, turkey sandwich. Well, the poop sandwich is CPI data. The turkey sandwich is we know we're going to get the regs, we know we're going to get the ETFs, we know we're going to get the case resolution, but you still got the poop sandwich over here. So maybe it's poop sandwich for lunch, and maybe it's a turkey sandwich for dinner. Are we going to be eating steak? Well, when we start hearing about the court case being over and the ETFs being over, yes. But we got to get through that crap first. And I am starting to get a little bit more worried about inflation CPI data because this is 4 months in a row of it going up. That's not good, everyone. All right, on the screen right now, you're seeing the video I talked about yesterday, CPI data, along with the SEC pausing one case. So don't follow those YouTubers out there that are like, yo, the SEC paused all cases. No, they didn't. They paused one case. And as always, choo-choo, bitches.